I encourage Nicole to give me real feedback on my lectures. And yesterday I got her to say that sometimes they're too long, and sometimes there are too many new things, new or unfamiliar things. And I've discovered for myself, of course, I couldn't help but discover that I can't introduce more than one or two or three, maybe new or unfamiliar things, and have the ability to note, to see, and what do we say in the chant? To see, listen to, and accept. That's really what practice is about. To see it, actually visually, to visually feel it, listen to it, and accept it. And for instance, I first heard the term, the stream of consciousness, a long time ago, because it became a literary term. James Joyce and other people, and they were doing the stream of consciousness, supposedly. And it actually was a word coined by, and then spent, by William James in 1890, I believe. But now, after all these years, I mean, it's been working in me, really, my entire literary life. Stream of consciousness didn't feel quite right to me. And now I think the best I could say, call it now, is the stream of mattering. And I think that the stream of mattering, this is all in the last few days or last couple of weeks, the stream of matter in contrast to the stream of identity. And it's nice that the term ma is at the beginning of the word matter. And of course, as I've pointed out, obviously matter is related to the, etymologically, to mother. So, but the stream of matter is okay, but mattering brings in the pun of it means both. It matters, it's important. No, I'm sorry, I can't speak German, but anyway, of course. But matter brings in, it matters, and it's matter, materiality. So mattering it's important. Well, boy, that is mattering, you could say. It's unusual, but that matters, and that is material. So it's the stream of mattering, which is really about the ma stream. So I'd kind of like to give you a feeling for that, but again, maybe I should think of these lectures as maybe in 3 parts, and this is part 1. Because for me, it's just a kind of like stuff, and I'm trying to separate it out and speak to you about it in English only. And, I've said often that Buddhism did not become Chinese until it learned to speak Chinese. And what Nicole is showing me is that Buddhism is not going to be, originally, again, I'm presenting this in this kind of distracted mosaic way in order to encourage you to feel for yourself into this practice. So I've been not satisfied with imperturbability. And the phrase in the transmission process is the Iron Man, which is an English version, and I can't give transmission to Nicole and call her the Iron Man.
No, you can't.
And I don't want to call her the Iron Woman, because that was what Thatcher was called in England. And she's not a bit like Thatcher. Well, maybe. But the word that's closest is imperturbability. but I still don't like it. There's some kind of to it. And immovable is another. But the silence and the stillness that you realize in Zazen is the power to accept worldview shifts, is the power to be in the world in a maybe stationary way. So now I was taking a bath the other day. So I was playing with a medium of water. So I'm sloshing the water around, but I'm feeling it as a medium. And then I'm thinking of, there's a medium right here in this room, and is the feeling of the medium of the water, can I take that feeling away and bring it into this situation? Do I feel I'm speaking into a medium? So suddenly the word just kept appearing in the dark matter of consciousness, kept appearing innerstationality. Well, there isn't such a word really. And I kept saying, well, why is something producing this word innerstationality? And I suddenly realized it's my substitution for imperturbability and unmovableness. And it's more accurate because an innerstationality, station is, it's a place. It's a state or a placement, a statement, but it's also a station, like where a train comes in or the buses come in. So and the station, when the train comes into the station, it doesn't move. So that's kind of what acceptance means in Buddhism. You don't stop the train, and if a plane is landing in flames on the airport is, well, geez, that was a hot landing. But the airport is just there. It's just the airport. And if a train comes in, and sometimes they come in and don't stop and bang into but the station is still there. So inner stationality is finally an English units. I've put something put together, the Alaya Vijnana put together. There's a term, LLMs, I believe, large language models. Is that right? LLMs. Well, Alaya Vijnana is a kind of LLM. The LLM has these input and output and decoder and encoders or, et cetera, that's always working with the material, and that's very much what's happening with the Alaya Vijnana. It's a kind of dark matter mind, the space between things that's still studying things. So what I'm trying to do right now is present to you really how different the yogic worldview is. So I'm sitting in the tub playing with the medium of the water, and the mind and brain are in a dialogue all the time. Your mind and your hands and fingers are loaded with nerve endings that are in a constant communication with the brain. We know that. So and the concept of ma in Japanese means something like the mattering mind-handed world. So I'm not happy with immovability, unmovableness, and I'm not happy with imperturbability. And the Alaya LLM is working away saying, geez, what if, making associations, trying to explore relationships between words and concepts. And then innerstationality. And I had to stop for a minute because I had no conscious experience of deriving in this flesh pot, deriving the term, or even looking for the term. I mean, I was looking for it, but I had no idea the process was going on. Really, it was non-conscious for sure. Innerstationality. And then I kept saying, innerstationality, why the hell do I keep repeating that to myself? Never heard of it before, but I'm repeating it. I was sitting there washing innerstationality. Oh, it's a substitution for imperturbability. So how do we form a life? We're the artists of our own life, as I said this morning, which allows us to have inner materiality or inner mattering stream. The inner mattering stream, I never put those two. I never added mattering, inner to mattering until just now. The inner mattering stream, how that really affects us. And it took me a non-conscious moment to recognize that that inner mattering stream had been going on in this lump of flesh.